Good day, wonderful students. I am Ademola Johnson, your biology tutor. I want to teach SS2 students. In the previous class, we started talking about classification of plants. And we said there are two methods of classifying plants. We have botanical classification and we have agricultural classification. So on botanical classification, we said we have the plant kingdom is subdivided into three divisions: division Thallophyta, division Bryophyta, and division Tracheophyta. We started talking about division Thallophyta, and I told you that Thallophyta, now I said members of the division Thallophyta are not established on land because they don't have vascular bundles like xylem and phloem. That the xylem that they can use to absorb water and soil nutrients, and the phloem that they can use to translocate manufactured food from the site of photosynthesis to every other parts of the plants where they are established. And that is why most of them are established on water body. So, and I said in the olden days, the Thallophyta comprises algae and fungi. But due to three reasons I gave, fungi have now been put into a separate kingdom, which is kingdom fungi that I want to look at today. Why? Number one, fungi, they lack chloroplast, unlike plants that have chloroplast, so it can't carry out photosynthesis. So that is why it's not a plant. Another thing is that plants must have cellulose cell wall. The cell wall of plants contain cellulose, but the cell wall of fungi is chitinous. It contains chitin. So another thing is that plants store carbohydrate as starch, but fungi store carbohydrate as glycogen, just like animals. So these three reasons make fungi being pushed away from plant kingdom. So that is why in the recent study now, Thallophyta is only made up of what? Algae. So, but nevertheless, let's talk about the kingdom fungi. Now, like we have said, so let us now the members lack chloroplast, and as such they are heterotrophs. So they cannot be autotrophs. They are heterotrophs in the sense that they depend on other organisms for food. They cannot produce their own food by themselves using a process called photosynthesis. They can't do that. Then another thing is that now members are unicellular, e.g. yeast, and the scientific name of yeast is Saccharomyces. Saccharomyces species. We have different types. We have Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Saccharomyces convergens, and so on and so forth. So while others are either simple multicellular or as in mold are simple multicellular, and examples of mold are the ones we have bread mold. We have bread mold, and what? Simple multicellular or multicellular. As in mushroom. So the common examples of fungi, plural, can be singular. Singular is fungus, plural is fungi, are yeast, that's Saccharomyces species. Then we have mold, Rhizopus nigricans. Rhizopus nigricans. Then we have Penicillium notatum. This bread mold, this muco, rhizopus, when you see spoiled bread or spoiled eba, the black particles on them, they are the Rhizopus nigricans. Then Penicillium notatum, they are pinkish particles that you can also always find on cob of spoiled, cob of maize. Cob of maize that has already spoiled. You see Penicillium notatum, they are pinkish particles there. So that is that. So then we have Aspergillus species. We have Aspergillus species. Aspergillus species. And so on and so forth. So now another thing to know about them is that some fungi are saprophytes. Why? As they feed on dead, decaying organic matters. Because they feed on dead, decaying organic matters, they are saprophytes. While others are parasites, as they feed on other organisms called hosts and also cause damage. So you can see there are some diseases caused by fungi, like the eczema, the common eczema that makes your skin looks like a kampala. So now, those are the parasitic fungi. Take note of that. Then one more thing to know about them is that, okay, let me draw the structure of, yeast. The yeast cell has nuclear vacuole housing genetic materials. Take note of that. So now, this is how, if you take the yeast that they use to bake bread, if you take it under microscope, you are going to see something like this. So this is cell wall. Inside it is cell membrane. Cell membrane. This is cytoplasm. This is nucleus. And this is nuclear vacuole. Is chromatins or genetic materials. Chromatins. So what I have here is a diagram of a yeast cell. So that is that about yeast cell. Then I want you to, it should be noted also that the vegetative body of any fungi, of any simple multicellular, any fungi, simple multicellular or multicellular fungi look like thread-like bodies called hypha. Plural. Plural form of hypha is hyphae. So now a group of many hyphae is called a mycelium. And the plural form of mycelium, plural, is mycelia. Mycelia. Now, this there are different types of the hypha in yeast. So let's look at common types of hypha in yeast. Now, the hypha that is root-like, as it absorbs extracellularly digested food of the substrate is called rhizoid. What am I trying to say here? The hypha that looks like roots that they use to penetrate into the substrate. What is substrate? Substrate means the food, the host, the dead decaying organic matter. So there are roots that something that penetrate to absorb nutrients is called rhizoid. Then in rhizopods, okay, before that, the hypha that spreads horizontally on the substrate is called stolon. Then in rhizopods, the vertical hypha is called sporangiophore. So now, then in penicillin, the vertical hypha is called conidiophore. While in mushroom, what we have as the vertical hypha is called basidiophore. Now, in mushroom, the vertical hypha is called basidiophore. Then another thing to take note of is that fungi reproduce asexually. Before that, rhizopods is often said to be coenocytic. Now, it often said to have cross wall in its hypha. Cross wall. And as such, it is called aquinocytic fungus. This word soeno means space. It's like a bamboo. Inside the hypha, you have crossword like this. These are spaces, but these are crossword. So it is, but in penicillin and aspergillus, the lack of crossword makes them called choanocytic fungi. Yeah, so now, please, there is an error here. Now, rhizopus is often said to have it's often said to lack crossword, doesn't have crossword in its hypha, and as such, it is called choanocytic. It doesn't have, so it is called choanocytic. Please, the editors should take note of this. It is called choanocytic fungus. Then in penicillin and aspergillus, the presence of crossword makes them called aquinocytic. They are called aquinocytic fungus. What am I trying to say here? Now, in the diagram, I will show you what I'm talking about here. So take note of that. Then, fungi reproduce asexually by spore formation. What is spore? Spore is a tiny particles that is liberated. When liberated and when it gets to a favorable condition, it germinates and produces a new organism. Now, they are performing function like seed. So, they produce spore. Now, so take note of that. The spore case in rhizopus, let me put it like this. In one, rhizopus is called sporangium. Plural, sporangia. That's the plural form of sporangium. Now, in penicillin, which is number 2, is conidium. Plural, conidia. So, take note of that. In mushroom is basidium. Plural, basidia. Now, take note of that. So, that is that. So, let me draw the diagram of some of them. This is a mushroom. A mushroom used to have an umbrella-shaped head, which is called pilios. This is rhizoid. This is annulus. This is stapes. These are gills. It's not only feet that has the gills. It's called pilios. This is a diagram of mushroom. So, In the case of rhizopus, you can have something like this. So also have something like this. So this is rhizoid, this is stolon, this is sporangiophore, this is sporangium. So the sporangium here has broken, and what you have here are spores. Spores, or you call them sporangiospores, or sporangiospores, or sporangiospores. Take note, it's different from sporangiophore. It's spores. So what you have here is the diagram. This is columella. Columella. So this is the diagram of rhizopus if you view it under microscope. Now, lastly, we have this is rhizoid, this is stolon, this is conidiophore. So this is phyali, and this is conidium that carries spore. These are cross wall. What we have here is the diagram of penicillium. So now I said that this one has cross wall, but this one now does not have cross wall. So it's like a hole. It has hole inside, body space. That's why it's coenocytic. This one now, if you, this cross wall will bounce your hand back, so it doesn't have continuous hole. That's why it is acoenocytic. So we are done with the kingdom fungi. In the next class, now we will now proceed to algae under Talophyta. See you in the next class. Attend to your classwork, your homework, and submit the answer to 000 30 39 35 31 WhatsApp. Afe Ademola Johnson is my name. See you. God bless you. And bye for now. Thank you.